Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, I'm going to highlight 5 projects that I expect to do really well this week. Before we get into those, I will go over the 5 that I called for last week. Wasn't the best week by any stretch of the imagination. We got like 9 out of 10 for previous weeks, but this week's not really been great. Now, I am clear it's a very volatile market, so not all of these are going to play out as I expect them to. But with that said, let's judge on previous weeks and see how we sort of progress navigating through this space. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. Don't forget to join us in Discord, link is in the description of the video. And before we sort of dig into this, I am just going to say I'm not a financial advisor. This should be treated as educational purposes only. You shouldn't FOMO into any of the projects that I'm highlighting today. Make sure you go away, do your own research, and make your own investment decisions based on what you found when doing your research. So with all that said, done, and out of the way, let's get down to the desktop and sort of talk through these projects that I highlighted last week, and then sort of get into the ones that I think are going to do really well this week. Let's do it. Okay, so we'll start here, and this was DNA. This was the first project that I called out. Now, I always say in these videos, I don't necessarily expect the price of the project to be higher than when I initially sort of highlighted it. I expect, some price discovery and to look to take some profit, right? This is ultra short term. The market is very volatile, and ultimately Nick and myself are expecting further downside. So, it's a market to be very cautious on. But I am still going to highlight projects that I think are going to do really well for the week. But last week's, we haven't given it a full week just yet, so we could see some price discovery between now and Wednesday. But ultimately, they haven't performed as well as I thought they were going to. This one, you would have made potentially 1%, which is really not very good, is it? But there's still time. I'm doing this video a little bit early. Obviously, I called these last Wednesday, and we still got a few days before we sort of get to next Wednesday. So we might still see, and I'm expecting to see some more price discovery on this particular project. So if you haven't got out already, if you got in and you haven't got out already, then I am still expecting this one to have some upside potential. So just look to take a bit of profit on this one if you are following the videos and you're doing your research and you liked what you found. So let's move on. CASP. So again, this one you could have got 4% profit. It went up to about 0.07959 after it was called. Again, it's not the biggest profit, but it's still 4%, which is a good sort of bit of profit for less than a week invested in a project. So I would say this is average for swing trading. Then we've got CardStack. Again, not one that's really performed very well. You could have taken 1.5% from when this one was called. Then we've got Near Protocol. This one you could have taken 3% on. Again, like this project, it's still expecting it to do really well. And then we've got MDX. Now this one performed better. It was 11%. This is kind of the region that I was expecting all of these projects to reach for the week. But the week's not out yet, so we might still see some price discovery on these ones. But we like to be really transparent here at Cheeky Crypto. We like to be clear about when we've made calls and they perhaps haven't gone as they expected. We expected them to, as much as gloating about the good weeks. And again, I'm being very, very transparent with you guys. It's a volatile market at the moment, and we are expecting further downside. So although I'm still doing these videos, it's probably not the best sort of landscape to be making sort of wild predictions, I suppose. And maybe it's a week to sit out, for example. So make sure you go away, you do your own research. I'm just flagging up projects that I personally think are going to do well this week. It doesn't always transpire, as we can see from last week's performance. It doesn't always transpire as we expect it to. So moving on, and the first one that I'm going to call out for this week that I expect to do really well is Quant, connecting all the world's distributed ledgers for faster, more efficient growth. Really like this project. Up 2.81% at the time of recording, ranked 70th by market cap. And I really do like the tokenomics of this project. I do think it's going to do really well, but I do think, you know, it's going to do well this week. I also think it's going to do well in the medium to long term. But do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Trying to give some really solid picks this week. Moving on, and we've got cornucopia. Now, this is obviously a play to earn, build to earn, learn to earn, blockchain-based game. Going to be on the Cardano ecosystem when it goes live. A project that I'm invested in. I really do rate it. I do think it's going to do really well. I think it's going to do well this week. I also think that it's going to do well in the medium and the long term. Ultimately ranked 3,107th by market cap, down 4% at the time of recording. It's at 0.04337 at the time of recording. Again, I expect this one to do really well. I really do like the concept of everything that they're doing. But do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on this particular project. I really do like reading your comments and getting your opinions. Moving on, and we've got nunet. Again, another project that I really do like, another project that I'm invested in. I really do believe in this one. A global economy of decentralized computing, nunet lets anyone share and monetize their computing resource at scale and provides globally distributed, optimized computing power for decentralized networks. And again, I expect this one to do really, really well. Super early though, so make sure that you do your research on this. Solid team, solid tech, solid use case as I see it. Ranked 3,695th by market cap, down 18.64% at the time of recording at 0.04514. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on nunet. Moving on, and we've got Stellar Lumens, again, a project that, you know, we've talked about for a long time now, and it's gone a bit quiet. And I kind of feel sometimes when, you know, Stellar Lumens, XLM go a little bit quiet, the team goes quiet, that is, I normally expect something to be coming, and maybe, you know, I don't know, I just get this gut feeling that this week's going to do really well. You know, it's a solid project. I think it's going to do well. Stellar is an open network for storing and moving money, and ultimately, you know, I think there is a use case and a need for this. Do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Stellar. It has been, you know, not doing very much, and I always kind of feel like this team's working really, really hard in the background, and you know, when it goes really, really quiet for a good length of time, there's normally something bubbling around. But you know, I could be way off on this one. So you know, like I say, do your own research. Ranked 30th by market cap, currently down 2% at 0.1907. Again, I really do rate this project, and I'm expecting big things from Stellar Lumens. Moving on to the fifth and the final project, and that is Algorand. Algorand removes all the technical barriers that, you know, have plagued this space, you know, and prevented mainstream blockchain adoption. Its decentralization, scale, and security is solid. So solid tech, solid team. Expect this one to do really well. Currently ranked 30th, which I'm sure it said Stellar was 30th. It does. Maybe they're like 30th and 31st, and I've kind of, let me update it here. What we got? 30th. I'm looking at these, like, yeah, you go, Stellar's 31st. They flipped whilst I was making the video. So Algorand 30th by market cap, Stellar by 31st, flipped whilst I was recording. So Algorand is priced at 0.7058, down 1.10% at the time of recording. And ultimately, I do think this one's going to do really well. Again, I think that these are solid projects for a week that, you know, is likely to be, you know, or continue to be volatile. Nick and myself are expecting pullbacks in the market. So, you know, maybe this is a week to sit out, but I still want to sort of call out projects that my opinion is they're going to do well this week, and I could be way off, I could be wrong, and if I am, I'll highlight it in the next week's video. But ultimately, yeah, be cautious in the market at the moment is my opinion. But I do think these projects are going to do really well. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comments below, and make sure you do your research and don't make any investment decisions based on anything that I say. You've got to do your own research and make sure that you make your own investment decisions. So with all that said, done, and out of the way, if you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tap in that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.